Well, as we are wont to do, let's jump right in. Feet shoulder width, nice big hoop, and we gently turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Reaching over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Raising the arms, gently stretching towards the floor. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Again. 1, 2, 3. Right. 2, 3. Left. 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale. Exhale. And again. 1, 2, 3. Right. 2, 3. Left. 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Hands on the waist. Rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Let's switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Crossing the hands, knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. We switch hands, switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Hands on the waist. We're going to gently turn the head side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Tilting, ear towards the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. On rotation, looking all the way around. 1, 2, 3. And we switch. 1, 2, and 3. And we open up the feet. Arms out. Turning the waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. All right, everyone, so we're going to face the right-hand side. We're going to point our left toe 45 degrees and then step straight out to the side with our right foot. We're in an empty stance. I'm just going to adjust the screen a little so the feet show up on. It's not that Minor knows all these anyway, but he knows what my feet are doing. But for anyone else who might be watching, so we're going to shift gently forward, back, forward, back. Nice. We pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot. Very nice. Forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, and back. Very good. Shake it out. Keep breathing. So hands on the waist, shoulder rolls going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. We go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Very good. Arm swings. Inhale and exhale. Obviously, we want to go at our own pace. Don't want to get lightheaded trying to keep up with someone else. Very good. Keep breathing again. Okay, now we're going to make circles with the wrists. Very nice. Switch directions over the top. Very good. Both palms face down, big circle. 1, 2, and up. Switch. 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. And 1, 2, and up. Very nice. Both palms facing down, bending the knees lightly. We're going to gently shift to the left, lift, and the right foot in, out, in, out, shift, lift, and the foot in, out, in, out, shift, lift, and the foot in, out, in, out, shift, lift, and the foot in, out, and in. Good. Let's put all our weight on our right leg. We're going to lightly touch with the left foot behind us. When we bring the foot forward, we want to make sure we're not landing on that foot, but still lightly touching. It does help to bend the supporting leg slightly. So we go back. forward, back. Good. So with the left foot back, left hand forward, and release swing. So the hand on the same side goes opposite of that foot. You're all right. So if your left foot is back, your left hand is forward, and then they change. Very good. Let's switch sides. We put all our weight on the left, lightly touching back with the right toe, right hand in front, and we counter the leg. Good. Nice. Very good. All right, let's put all our weight on our right foot. We're going to lightly touch to the side. Same thing, we don't want to land or land. We want to keep all the weight on that right leg. Both hands to the left. Sorry, both hands to the right. And we bring that foot across as we come in, out, in, out. Good. Very good. Let's switch sides, put all our weight on the left foot, reach out, touch with the right, both hands to the left, come across as we come in, out, in, and out. Very good. Keep breathing. All right, so now we're going to keep our right foot facing the front, touch the arch of our left heel, our left foot to the right heel, and step straight out to the side with the left foot. Yep. Okay, on this one, the part the horse's mane, we want that foot 45, but on this one, we want it actually straight out to the side. And again, we're going to gently shift the weight, and once the weight's forward, release the hip, and you'll see that you start to turn. Sit back, release the hip, you turn, good. Shift, release the hip, turn, sit back, release the hip, turn. So one thing, just as a reminder, we don't want to turn preemptively. We don't, because it's a good thing, it is a sign that you know the exercise now and you're very familiar with it if you turn ahead of time, because you know that you're going to turn the waist. But you actually want to be diligent enough to let that sequence of events happen in that order, that when my weight's on my right leg, my body's facing the same direction as the toe on my right foot. When I shift to my left, my weight was on my right foot, now it's on my left, but it took the time to get there. The body should still be facing this way. Once all the weight is forward and then I relax the hip, the body naturally turns to that side. When I sit back, it's the same thing. I don't want to start turning yet. I want to sit back and then again, relax the hip and the body kind of finds its natural direction. So we shift, release, sit back, release, shift, release, sit back, release. That's pretty good. So now we're going to go right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip, shift to the left, lift with the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip, shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip, shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left, right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip, shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Very nicely done, everyone. Let's try the other side. So again, we're going to start with our left foot facing the front of the class, touch the arch of our right foot to the heel of the left as a reference and step straight out. And let's try just a couple of those gentle shift and turns too. So right now, if all my weight's on my left leg, my body's facing the front, I shift, release the hip, turn, sit back, I relax, and turn. Shift, turn, sit back, turn, shift, turn, sit back, turn. Very nice, everyone. So left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Remember, when we're shifting to the right side, it's the right hand that comes up. So we shift to the right with the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Left hand to the shoulder, sit back, right hand to the hip, shift to the right with the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip, shift to the right with the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right. And one more time, left hand to the shoulder, sit back, right hand to the hip, shift to the right with the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Very good, everyone. So now we're going to lightly touch with the left toe. You can also do this feet shoulder width or even in a seated position, and you still get the full benefit. So we're going to cross the wrists with the elbows vertical. Now we lift to horizontal elbow. Remember, when we turn the body, we keep our head facing the front. So we're going to extend our left hand to the front and turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, we turn back to the front, left hand in front. Good. Horizontal elbow, extend to the front, turn to the corner, drop the elbows, turn back to the front. Horizontal elbow, open. Good. Close. Open. Very nice. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. And close. Good. So just as a quick little reminder, even though there's a cacophony of information, it's all this stuff we're having to focus on. When we're trying to move the body versus just move the hands, how do we know if we move the body? It's hard to tell sometimes, right? A lot of times I think, oh yeah, I'm turning the waist beautifully, but really I'm moving the hands, right? So the distinction, how do we check for ourselves if we're actually turning the waist? You can use your chest and your shoulders as a reference. So if I start square to the front, when I go to the open position, if my chest and shoulders are still facing the front, I haven't moved my body. So if you start here, you open, you should end up facing 45. And then you come back. You turn 45 and back. It's not a giant waist turn, but so when you're here, you go horizontal elbow. As you open, you're turning your waist, and you can see I'm 45. Now I drop my elbow as I turn back to the front, and you can see that I'm square. So let's try just a couple of those. We cross at the wrist with the right hand on the outside. Horizontal elbow, open. We turn the waist 45. Good. Drop the elbows, turn. Lift, open. Drop, close. Lift, open. Drop, close. Lift, open. Drop, close. And one more time. Lift, open. Drop, close. Beautiful. All right. So feet shoulder width. We go from two very complex ones to something a little simpler. I'm pretty sure that Sifu ordered these things because he was like, okay, if you don't give people a break in complexity here, it all goes off the rails. So this one, we lift shoulder height, draw the elbows down, and press. Good. Very good. Let's hold the low hoop. Releasing any tension, breathing deeply and gently. Shoulder height. You drop the elbows, holding the wall. Very good. The elbows out. arms over, straighten the arms, the legs, the spine. Remember we talked about a marionette puppet being picked up as though suspended from above. Straighten the wrist, the arms kind of draping off the shoulders. And deep breathing. Very good. So the next one, we're going to step out into that stance again to the side, but we want to make sure that toe is 45. Because that toe is 45, same rule applies, right? The body wants to align itself naturally to the side, to the direction of the toe, of the foot that has weight on it. So if I'm facing here, when I shift here, because my left foot is facing 45, I end up stopping at that foot. Sit back to the front. Shift, release, sit back, release, shift, release, sit back, release. Very good. Right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Remember, we're going to shift to the left, so the left hand is the one that comes up, and we reset on this one. So we're going to start with the right hand at the shoulder. Here we go, left hand to the hip, and we shift, open, sit back, close, shift, open, sit back, close, shift, open, sit back, close, shift, open, sit back, close. That was really nicely done. Let's switch sides. So again, left foot facing the front, step out, go to the corner. We'll try a couple just to make sure we've got that. So we shift, release, turn, sit back, turn, shift, turn, sit back, turn, shift, turn, sit back, turn. Excellent. Now we go left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Since we're shifting to the right hand is the one that comes up. We shift, open, sit back, close, shift, open, nice, sit back, close, shift, open, sit back, close, shift, open, sit back, close. Beautifully done. All right, both feet shoulder width. Both palms down. Remember, we made the circle here in the beginning. Now we're going to do just the right hand makes the circle. Very good. Now the left. Very good. Now the right, followed by the left, followed by the right, followed by the left. Yep. So before we start to turn the waist, which is what we're going to do next, try to keep in mind that we're not doing a circle where the hand just drops down. We're doing the circle where the wrist is bent and you kind of rest on that invisible counter. The reason that that makes a difference when we start turning the waist is if I do this, when I turn to this side, this arm just stays kind of glued to the side. And I want to bring it along for the ride. So I pick my right hand up, I turn to the right corner. When I put my right hand down, the wrist is bent, it's kind of resting on that counter. I lift my left and I turn to my left. They both go for the ride. Down with the left, up with the right, we turn to the right. Down with the right, up with the left, turn to the left. Very good. Down with the left, up with the right, turn to the right. Down with the right, up with the left, turn to the left. Down with the left, up with the right, turn to the right. Down with the right, up with the left. Very good. So one other detail there is that when we turn the waist, we generally are not going to turn our waist past 45, right? We happen to be going side to side, but we're not going to make a 180 with 290. We're going to make a 45 to the corner here and 45 to the corner here. So just so you know, you don't have to actually go all the way around to the side. You just go to the corner, right? How do you know when you're at the corner, right? 45 can sometimes be a little bit tricky. You can say this is 90, that's 180, here's 45. But another way is that your hip and your knees, if you are feet shoulder width, and then you turn your waist, you'll notice that your body is aligned to the knee, you're at 45. When you Go to the other side, your body's aligned to the knee, you're at 45. So to get to 180, you actually have to turn quite a bit past. Very good. All right, deep breathing. Very good. Let's make the low hoop. This time we lift, palms out, drop the elbows across, and back to low hoop. Lift, palms out. When we're in the palms out position, let's try to make sure our fingers are facing, fingertips pointed towards each other. You'll notice if your fingertips are like this, your elbows are probably lower. In order for the fingertips to face each other, the elbows kick out, you get more of that rounded shape, which is what we're going for. Now we drop the elbows to vertical cross, low hoop, very good. Lift, palms out, drop the elbows cross, beautiful. Low hoop, lift, palms out, drop the elbows cross, low hoop, lift, palms out, drop the elbows cross, low hoop, lift, palms out, drop the elbows cross, low hoop. Very good. Now we're going to go shoulder height with that hoop, thumbs down, palms out. And we're going to trace that figure 8 pattern. We come out, in, out, in, good. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in. Very good. Palms waist high, face up. Elbows out. We complete the circle. Gather the fists and extend. Very good. Palms up, form the circle. Gather the fists and extend. Palms up, form the circle. Gather the fists and extend. Palms up, form the circle. Gather the fists and extend. Very nice. Neutral position. Remember, we had 2 versions of this. We're going to start with the easier one. We're going to go both hands together. Your shoulder feeling okay?
My shoulder's feeling,
I could see it's bothering you. Yeah.
I pitched it somehow this morning.
No fun.
No, and it's.
I hate that. Like if you sleep wrong, you know, sometimes I'll sleep on my side like this, and you wake up just destroyed.
God. It's right up the shoulder blade, and
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. I was fine when I got up.
Yeah. All right. Well, just do as you're doing. Do it to the extent that you can. Don't worry about not doing what you can't do. Right. So we're going to go neutral position. We draw down with the right hand, maintaining the center line, and come back around. Draw down with the left and come around. Draw down with the right and come around. Draw down with the left and come around. Draw down with the right, come around. Draw down with the left and come around. Okay, so the second iteration of this exercise is very similar. It's just a matter of timing. So what we're going to do is draw down with the right like we were. And now as we bring the right up and we turn the waist to bring it to the center, we're going to draw down with the left hand, making room. Now we come with the left hand up and around, and the right hand comes out of the way. Very good. Come up and around. Very nice. Up and around. 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 That was really well done. All right, now we're going to go make a hoop with the right arm. Left palm against the right arm. We have that 90-degree elbow position, and we're going to gently alternate, which especially gently in your case. Good. Yeah. Very good. Let's switch. Left palm facing us, right palm against the left palm. We alternate. Very good. All right, back to neutral position. This is draw the bow. Remember, it's 2 waist turns per side. So we turn towards the right and then turn back to the middle. And then we do the second, which is turn to the left and back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. Good. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Very nicely done. Let's open up our feet, toes facing out to the corners. We're going to bend the knees slightly. And we're going to start by cross lift, big circle. We're trying to automate that. Cross lift, big circle, cross lift, big circle. Great. Cross lift, big circle, cross lift, big circle. Awesome. So now we've got that down pretty steadily. Just as a reminder, it's still two waist turns like the draw of the bow. So when I turn to the right, I cross lift. I turn back to the middle. That's one movement. The second movement isn't part of that. Now we turn to the left, cross lift, big circle, turn back to the middle. Good. Turn to your right, cross lift, big circle, turn back to the middle. Turn to your left, cross lift, big circle, turn to the middle. And turn to your right, cross lift, big circle, turn to the middle. One more time, cross lift, big circle, back to the middle. Nicely done. All right, so feet shoulder width. We're going to cross with the right hand on the outside. This one we're going for stretch, just to kind of straighten out the spine. We lift the right and press with the left. Good. We switch. 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 And switch. Very good. Keep breathing. Excellent. So as I always ask, are there any questions so far? Anything that you think is particularly tricky? I don't want you to panic and think, oh my God, I've got to ask every question I've ever had in Tai Chi, because Minor is perfectly capable of answering questions as well. But if you have something that you've been thinking about, or that's, a specifically tricky thing, okay, no worries, no pressure. So I'd like to start again in the chair. So what we'll do is we'll go through the first section of the form. And remember, we want to scoot forward just a little so we're not resting with the back against the back of the chair. Our back is straight. And we'll do it, let's say, 2 times with narration and then 1 time without narration. Then we'll go to the second section and we'll continue through. So here we go. Preparation. Good. Neutral position with the left hand on top. Horizontal elbow, beginning style. Alternate the elbow, right hand draws down, diagonal flying. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top. Beginning style on the right turns into grassless sparrow's tail. So we extend out square, connect at the wrist, draw down to the hip. Left palm up, pushes the right hand to the right hip, hand to the shoulder, and out. Hooking the right hand, we turn to the right corner. Leaving the right hand there, we come across, single whip. Center with the left hand and low. Center with the right hand and high, holding the ball. Cross at the wrist. Left hand comes up, flying diagonal. We use that same transition. Left hand first, and the right hand comes over the top. Horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. That's beginning style on the right. You got it. Nice correction. Okay, and that's autocorrect at its finest. We're going to bend forward gently, turn to your left, and we come back up, stork flaps wings. And that's section 1. So we'll do section 2 after, but it seems that from doing this in the chair without the legs, we take away kind of some of the balance issue, and we also take away some of that, the confusion that can happen when we add that extra component of what to do with our feet. That seemed like that flowed through pretty smoothly. How did that feel? Yeah, awesome. Actually, your hand seemed fine to me. Yep, versus this. Yeah. So whenever we're going to go into one of these hoop positions like this, we want the thumb facing up. It is the only way to have your thumb facing up and have your palm not facing you is if you put your hand behind your head. Outside of that, it is impossible, right? So we know that our palm is facing us in this nice round hoop if our thumb's up. So that's always a way you can kind of keep a check on it, right? All right, so let's do that again. I'm going to narrate again for the second time. And then the third time we do this, there's going to be no narration, but Nobody worry, because as you know, we leave no one behind. That's a hard and fast Tai Chi rule. So, all right, here we are. Preparation. We draw down, neutral position with the left hand on top. Beginning style on the left. Very good. Alternate, flying diagonally on the left. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top, neutral position. Horizontal elbow. We're going to do grass sparrow's tail, extend out square, connect at the wrist, draw both hands down to the hip. Left palm up, push the right hand to the hip, lift the hand to the shoulder, we go forward. Hooking the right hand, we turn to the right corner, across, single whip. Good. Center with the left hand and low. Center with the right hand and high, holding the ball. Good. Cross at the wrist. Flying diagonal. Very nice. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top. Beginning style on the right. Very good. We lower slightly. Now raise the right hand, press with your left, palm out, bending forward. We turn to the left and back up. Historic collapse wings. That was really well done. It is getting there. It's always easiest to focus on the things that we feel went wrong, right? It just is. And so it's kind of human nature, but just but be kind to yourself, because I can tell you from where I'm sitting, it all looks pretty good. All right, so this one we're going to do without narration. And again, don't panic. Worst case scenario, you put up your right hand when you were supposed to put up your left hand, and you've ruined Tai Chi forever, right? Like it's not such a big deal, so don't worry too much about it. All right, so here we are, and we begin. Very good. Awesome, everyone. Fantastic so far. It's a real shame that Minor can only see me, because he knows what I look like when I do this, but you guys are awesome. That was really well done. That was really good. All right, so let's continue. We're going to do the second section just as a refresher for everybody. We're going to do the brush knee on the right hand side twice. We're going to go into beginning style. We'll do the brush knee on the left once, followed by beginning style and brush knee on the right. And then we do that short movement where we turn, palm up, that's strum the loop. We close the door, form the fist. When I hear the narration of it, it sounds like, oh, that's a big chunk, but it's something that you've all done, and I know that we'll be fine doing it, okay? So I am gonna narrate this time and probably one more time, and then just like we did, we'll go through it as well together. All right, any questions so far? Okay, so here we are. We just came up to our historic collapse wings. We go neutral position, left hand on top. We palm out with the left and round out to the outside with the right. Good. We turn to the right corner, alternate, bring the left hand straight down, turn to the front, adjust the elbow. With the right, brushing knee on the right side. Very good. Neutral position on the left hand side again. Palm out, round out, turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down, turn to the front, adjust the elbow, and palm out. Good. Now we go beginning style on the left, into brush knee on the left. Turn, alternate, draw straight down with the right hand, turn to the front, adjust the right elbow, left hand, palm out. Good. Neutral position with the right hand on top. Horizontal elbow, palm against palm. Beginning style into brush knee on the right. So we turn, alternate, draw straight down, turn to the front, adjust the elbow, palm out. Neutral position with the left hand on top again. This time we turn to the right corner, left palm up, and turn back to the front. Turn both palms out, and we're going to extend the arms out, closing the door, and retract back to neutral position. Right hand is waist high, palm face up. We form that circle. And as we gather the fist, we're going to turn the waist with drawing the fist back. And now turn to the front, punching to the center. Good. We withdraw a second time. Left elbow out, we turn to the left corner. Left elbow down, we turn to the right corner. And we turn back to the front, punching to the center. So we have our right fist straight out to the center. Left hand is against kind of the bicep of your right arm. We're going to make a circle with the left arm, bringing it underneath the right. And now we drop both elbows, turn the palms over, and push out leopard and tiger springs to mount. Very nice. Neutral position, left hand on top again. We turn to the right. Both hands waist high. We turn back to the front. Neutral position with the left hand on top. We're going to make both hands fists. And remember, this one's a little bit tricky, but what we're going to do is leave our fists where they are, but turn our waist 45, which is going to kick the elbow over the fist. And then we come back to neutral. So that one, again, fully recognizing that this is something that can be kind of tough to navigate. But what happens is if I have rigidity in my shoulder, my elbow, when I turn my body, the whole thing goes, right? But if I want to leave my fists where they are in space, I actually have to kind of separate from the shoulder and the elbow. And what that does is that pushes the elbow over the fist, which is why it's called fist under elbow. But that was pretty good. So let's try that again with narration, and then we'll if we're so daring, and I'm going to say ahead of time we're that daring, we'll try without narration. Okay. So we're here, stork flaps wings. We go neutral position, left hand on top, palm out with the left, round out with the right, brush knee on the right. Turn, alternate, draw down, turn, and palm out. Very good. Neutral position, left hand on top, palm out with the left, round out with the right again. This is the second one. We turn, alternate, draw down, turn, adjust, and palm out. Very good. Third time, left hand neutral position. This time we go horizontal elbow beginning style on the left, into brush knee on the left. We turn, alternate, draw down, turn, adjusting the elbow, we palm out. Very good. Neutral position, right hand on top, horizontal elbow, beginning style on the right, into brush knee on the right, turn, alternate, draw down, turn, adjust the elbow, palm out. Neutral position, left hand on top again. This is strum the loop. So we turn 45, palm up, turn back to the front, turn both palms out, and we're going to extend the door. Sorry, close the door. Extending the arms, close the door. Sorry. Back to neutral position. Now right palm face up. We form the circle and withdraw, gathering the fist to the waist. And now we turn to the front, punching to the center. We withdraw a second time. This time we put the left elbow out and turn to the left. We put the left elbow down and turn to the right. And now we turn back to the front, punching out with the right arm. Excellent. So again, your left hand should rest kind of against your bicep. You don't want to be on the outside like this. You want to be on the inside. Yep. So there we go. Good. Now we're going to make that circle with the left arm. Now we come underneath. Drop the elbows. Bring the palms out. Leopard and tiger springs out. Neutral position, left hand on top. Turn, 45. Drop the hand. Turn. Back to neutral position. Make fists. Turn the waist 45. Fist under elbow. And back to neutral position. Very good. So, question? Just working through it. Yeah.
I'm not getting where I need to be.
Sure. So one of the things that you can do to practice on your own at home, there's a couple of things. One, if you go with this neutral position with your left hand, left hand, turn your waist, but don't move. Don't let that hand come across to the side. Keep everything in the middle. And when you turn your waist, if you're not going to bring this with it, the result is that your elbow comes forward. See that? So again, we're in our neutral position. We're going to bring our right palm against the wrist of our left hand. Yep. And now we make a fist with the left. We're going to turn the waist, but keep the hands right where they are. So you notice if your hands don't move to the side, your elbow comes forward. Right? Another way that I could show that, so you probably don't have, a door that's folded like this, but you could use the corner of a wall or even a flat section of wall if you like. And if you're here in this neutral position, you make the fist. When you turn your waist, you don't want your arm, your wrist to leave the wall. You want your wrist to maintain contact even though you're turning the waist. And you see that what happens is this elbow comes forward. So that's something you can practice at home. Just warn your loved but that's what we're trying to do. Okay. Really nice so far. All right. So let's try this time. No narration. Two things. Don't panic if you put up the right and then you notice, oh, he's got his left hand up. Remember that even though I'm doing mirror image, I'm always narrating from your perspective, not mine. Always. So, I don't know if I told you, but a couple of weeks ago, one of my students in Lincoln, she was having a bad internet connection. For some reason, she couldn't see the video in Zoom, but she could hear me. And she did the entire form, the whole class, without seeing anything. And after, she said, wow, first she probably was thinking, boy, he talks a lot. But the other thing is that she said, the narration, because it's on the side that I'm doing, I was actually able to follow, which was pretty encouraging. So, all right, here we go. Oh, by the way, at any point, anybody can hit the emergency stop button. So if you find yourself truly lost and you think they're going to leave without me, just say pause, hold up, get my attention, throw your shoe, whatever you have to do to let me know. I do generally watch everyone in case I see that someone needs a little help. I try to help, but if I happen to, for any reason, not notice and you're feeling a little stressed about us moving on without you, just let me know and we can pause and we'll get everything sorted out. Okay. So here we are. Sorry, we're going to start from here. And we begin. Good. Excellent. Let's do that again, literally. Good.